Hello my awesome artists. Today you are going to learn about the St. Basil's Cathedral from Moscow, Russia. Today we are going to begin by drawing 3 domes on our paper. You will need a pencil and an eraser to begin. You are going to find the middle upper part of your sheet and begin by drawing the dome of the cathedral. This kind of is in the shape of the onion. Sometimes they call it the onion architecture. Once you have your onion shape, you are going to continue by drawing 2 kind of slightly curved outward lines and then a smiley face line to connect those lines. You'll then move to the diagonal lines outward and again another smiley face type line connecting those lines. From here you will draw 2 straight lines downward, and then you'll connect those with a curved line. 2 more lines outward. These are going to be curved going outward, so kind of like side faces going outward, and then again connecting those 2 lines. Now we're going to do the diagonal lines once again. These are going at a diagonal down and out. Do 2 vertical lines down, and then you are going to connect your lines on the bottom with a slightly curved line. This is your main building that is going to be in front. We are going to create 2 buildings in back of this one, so these are going to be slightly smaller. I'm going to mark where I'm going to put the top of those buildings, and then I'm going to start by drawing that onion shape again all the way around and then coming back up. And I'm going to draw the same exact lines as I did for the first building for these 2 buildings. When I do the decorations, I'll do slightly different things. I'm going to speed up the video so that you can see what this looks like. Alright boys and girls, now that you have your 3 buildings created, you are going to begin by drawing the details of the building. We are going to begin by drawing the details on the dome. I want my domes to have a form to them, so I'm creating curved lines on my domes. If you look very close, you will notice that my lines are evenly spaced across to help give it a natural form and to help make it look very neat. I'm going to continue this process until all my domes have a pattern on them. You don't have to have all of your domes have the same pattern. If you noticed, my first dome has curved lines that are going to vertical, or horizontal I mean, and my middle dome has vertical lines that are kind of curved. For my third dome, I wanted to try something different, so I decided to do a zigzag pattern going all the way down. I'm spacing mine out so that every zigzag has a thick line in between, because that is how I'm going to color it later on. If you notice that my lines go all the way to the edges, and I stop with part of my zig or zig going on that dome part. Now we are going to work on the building section of the each tower. I am going to create very similar details for the rest of the building on all 3 of them. You can choose to do your own types of details for this. You don't have to copy mine. You can look at the handouts for some examples. I want to keep mine consistent just so that I make it a little bit easier for you, but you can choose to do whatever kinds of designs that you want. From here, I am going to start adding on more designs to each of the sections of the building. I am making sure that I take my time drawing each of these lines, that all my humps are the same, and then I'm outlining them until I have everything filled in. The video again is going to speed up, so enjoy! boys and girls, I decided to outline my domes and buildings with black marker to help show you the bold lines. However, do not feel like you need to do this step. Now it is your time to pick out the colors that you want to use for the buildings. Please make sure that the colors that you choose you use throughout all of the buildings so that you have unity throughout your piece. You do not have to use the same colors for each section of your building. As I color, you will notice that I switch up my colors very often throughout the project. When I am coloring, I am staying in the lines. I am not going outside of the lines. I am taking my time. You will also notice that my shapes are fully colored in, meaning there is no white space left. The better that you color in and the more time that you take with your coloring, the more successful this will be, and it will look fantastic. I am going to rotate my colors, so I decided that I wanted blue and purple together. I started with my blue or turquoise color, and I rotated with purple, turquoise, purple, turquoise, purple. So I am just going to finish up coloring this one in, and then I am going to start on my next dome. Please make sure that you're coloring again all the way to those lines and taking your time. For the next dome, I am going to use pink, and I am going to color in the zigzag part of the dome. So I'm going to skip again. So I'm going to color in pink, skip it, leave it white because I'm going to come back and fill in a new color, color in the next section with pink, and the next one, and the next one. Again, I am taking my time to make sure that I have my best coloring skills. Now I am taking the green and I am coloring in between the pink sections. If you notice that my patterns are not only drawn out, but they are also colored with a pattern. So you'll notice throughout my whole coloring that I have patterns between each of my colors. This is what makes my project so unique and interesting. Again, my video is going to speed up, so enjoy the coloring. boys and girls, this is the end of our project. I hope that you learned a lot about Russian architecture, in particular the awesome onion domes that are created throughout the St. Basil's Cathedral. I cannot wait to see your final works of art. Please make sure you send lots of photos to me. Have a great art class.